I've been keeping a close eye on things, but I hope you've been keeping a close eye on Resident Evil 2, because here we are, here's Leon B. You can see it on the door. The door knows which route we're on. We're on Leon B. Here's Leon, here's his stuff. We're going to finish this now. We're going to finish Leon B. We're going to put the ink ribbon in the box. We're going to keep everything else here. We're going to head down deeper into the lab. What are we doing in the lab? Well, we're trying to find a way out. We know about the train. We know how this eventually goes. Leon is going to find that train and get it moving. We just don't know how he's going to do that yet. One thing that we do know we want to do is head in here, because you might remember what we find in here is like this big moth. I think the moth is cute, but I mean, it's trying to hurt us. I mean, we're hurting it. See, look at that. It's like biting me. Can moths bite? Like, does it have mandibles or something? It was doing something, but I don't really know what. Anyway, here's its larva. Let's shoot the keyboard with a shotgun. That's... there we... yeah, aim down. Okay. This is how you clean your computer. Nothing will clean your computer better than buckshot. Anyway, yeah, let's turn on... log in. With our username of guest. We need to register our fingerprint. So we can open that one door that Claire already tried to open, but we needed a second person, and Leon is that person. We're registering the fingerprint right now. Actually, we can see an image of the room in that big window. Like, that's the room that we'd be going into. Alright, let's head on out. That's a side thing, however. It's not the main thing we're doing. Main thing we're doing is we need to find that train. But what we have right now is the weapon box key, and here is the weapon box. We can open this up, and we'll find something a lot better than what Claire found. We found something that's kind of disappointing to me, the Magnum parts. In the PlayStation original, they misspelled it and called it the Mugnum parts. They corrected the typo for this. And I'm displeased. In my heart, these are the Mugnum parts. They look like parts for a Mugnum. Well, we have one. Let us combine them with the parts to create the completed Magnum. It is a very powerful gun. And I haven't been using much in the way of Magnum ammo, so I've got quite a bit of ammo for this thing. Hello. But still, my shotgun is very good for knocking people over. As such. Knocking down the naked zombies, as you do. Anyway, we're in this room where we will find a key. This is this key right here. P-room key. That P stands for power. Yeah, the power room, which is on the other floor. It was locked last time we were there. Whoops. Don't need to do that. What I do want to do is reload this shotgun. Something else in this room is the vaccine machine. We don't even need to pay attention to that. Leon's not making a vaccine. That's Claire's thing. Claire is running around the lab right now, and she's making the vaccine. But that's not something Leon needs to be concerned about. That whole thing is not part of his quest. Alright, next destination. Well, before we go to the power room, let's go to that one door that required fingerprints to open, and we'll see what's in there. Might as well heal myself. While there are green herbs right here, might as well. Just top myself off. I'll take this. Sure, why not? I don't think we come back here. So might as well just take anything I find. I know I left behind that one red herb, but it's fine. I have plenty of herbs in the box. And, you know, there are these over here. We could take these out of space, but I could combine them into a mega herb. If you need to fill up on, don't have the space, just combine them. So now we have like this big green pile that will, I guess we snort it. The game doesn't really make it clear how you apply them. What do you do with the herbs? Because it looks like we're crushing them into powder. And if you're going to do that, I assume you're going to be snorting the stuff. I don't know that for sure. Alright, fingerprint door is down this way. Or maybe it's topical. Maybe you put it on the wound. So, like, maybe in someone's... If the character is gravely injured, they're in danger status, they've been hurt all over, maybe they just have to just strip down and just rub green herbs all over themselves. They don't show you that. Like, that happens off screen. But maybe it happens. Alright, Claire was already here. The light is glowing yellow. So now Leon can put his fingerprint on. There we go. Alright, secret door that you can only open by doing this with both characters. What do we find inside? It says staff only, so it's got to be important. You're not staff. Oh. There we go. All right, what do we find? Well, we find a room with special music. I think it's the only room that has this music. Remains of a failed experiment. This looks like the photo from File A, Film A, where we saw the G parasite in a capsule. This one looks like it mutated the wrong way and died. Maybe there's like a broken one over here, so maybe the G parasite we fought busted out of that. It looks like encase to transport some important chemical, but there's nothing inside. Also another busted capsule. I don't know, a dead Umbrella soldier who's holding a machine gun. Well, I don't have enough spaces, but you know, we've already seen the machine gun. And honestly, I have so much ammo here, I don't actually need it. Like, the weapons I have right now are better than that machine gun, I think. And that's it, really. I don't think there's anything else here. Nothing else to look at. Seems, you know, I was kind of disappointed when I first saw this room, because it seems like it's really important because you need both characters to use their thumbprints to open this up. And you get a weapon inside, sure. If you don't have much ammo, that machine gun is going to be useful, but not much in the way of information. There are no files or anything. So actually, I'm not really sure why this room is locked up the way it is, but that's what was in here. The inner sanctum of the experiments. I can also go in here. And that's it for the lab card key. Let's get rid of it. Let's head in here. Oh, can hear yep, there's plants. I was about to say, there are plants in there? Yeah, there are plants in here. And I think all we find in here is some magnum bullets. So we don't have to go in here. Because this is like the room with the vaccine machine, and again, this has nothing to do with what Leon's doing. Claire will make use of this, but Leon doesn't need it. Alright, we can just head on out now. Go to the elevator, and use the P-room key to get into the power room, which was locked the last time that we were in that area. The elevator is this way.
You murdered my husband. I know what you're looking for. You came for the G virus, didn't you? But you take it from me. This is my husband's legacy. Now, where's that spy you were working with earlier? You know who I'm talking about.
What?
You really don't know anything, do you? You're so gullible. She's one of the operatives sent here by the agency. The only reason why she came here is to obtain the G-Virus.
That's a lie.
No, it's the truth. I discovered this when I did a background check on her. She specifically got close to John and became his girlfriend to get information about Umbrella.
That can't be. I know her. Ada wouldn't do something like that.
If you don't want to believe it, I don't really care. You're about to die anyway.
Mr. X comes to save the day! You know, I think Leon is a little too trusting here. Ada wouldn't do that. I know her. I kind of only known her for like an hour. Let's equip our really powerful gun and see how it does against Mr. X. Pretty well. It's slow to fire, but it's very powerful. And here's more ammo for it. Alright. So, now we've been told Ada actually a spy? Who could have possibly seen that coming? Leon trusts her, though. After all they've been through? Ada running away and Leon saying, "Ada, wait!" We'll never forget those times. She surely couldn't be a spy. Anyway, here's the power room. It's locked, but we have the key to get inside. Let's see what we find now.
Run!
Ada! Ada!
Leon, please, escape.
No. We're a team. I can't just leave you behind.
I'm just a woman who fell in love with you. Nothing more.
Ada. No. Ada!
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
I will always remember you. Goodbye.
So, we'll leave Ada's body here. The auto-destruct system is active. Yeah, that's how the auto-destruct system happened in Claire's adventure, Claire A. This just started, we didn't know why, but this is why. Ada was thrown into this thing by Mr. X, and it's gonna explode now. Ada is extremely dead. There are no words to describe how dead Ada is. Never to reappear in any Resident Evil game ever again. Look, Leon checked her body. She is ultra dead. Don't ask questions. This key, Ada dropped it. It looks very important. Goodbye, Ada. We'll always remember you. While Ada is incredibly dead, Mr. X is not.
Leon, you made it.
Is that you? Where are you?
You on the monitor. But never mind that right now. Leon, you have to go back and get Sherry for me. I left her in the security office. Please, you must save her.
Wait a second! What are you gonna do? Where are you going?
I still have a few loose ends to take care of. I'm counting on you.
Hello? Claire, are you there? Claire! The security office?
Right, the security office. We were not able to get in there before, but now we have the master key. So let's go get Sherry. And we can also use the master key to get to an alternate route on that elevator. Right, the master key is required to open the emergency route, which will take us to the gorilla stance. Let's use the master key. And that reveals that there is an alternate path this elevator can take to the bottom floor where the train is, but we do have to go back for Sherry first. We can't leave her behind. Unlike Ada, who we are leaving behind because she is so dead, I can't begin to tell you. Yeah, we used it on the elevator, we used it on the door. We don't need it anymore.
Sherry? I've come to get you out of here. Claire is waiting for you.
Alright, now let's head down. I like how the escape route is only accessible to the person who has the master key, making sure none of those employees can make their way to the escape route. Only the boss can. Like, if the boss doesn't want you escaping, you're not gonna make it to the train.
Just rest here for now. Claire should be back soon.
Alright, Sherry's here. We're in the train. What do we do in the train? Well, we could try to activate it. But there's no power. Of course, it could never be that easy. We do have to start the power so we can move the train. First, let's take a look at what's in the rest of this train. There's a lot of empty space, as this train was meant to carry abnormal materials and then blow up. You remember that's how that was supposed to go. That's how you get abnormal materials out of the lab. Anyway, here's the platform key. As for what I want with items, I think I'll just put away the shotgun and the ammo. And just to be on the safe side, let me, take some herbs. Probably won't need them, but just in case, now I have all kinds of healing. Let's equip this Magnum, and there we go. Okay. Magnum all the way out now. Alright, let's head on out into the station. Now, one thing to notice, this is the way we have to go, but there's a gate. We can't open the gate because we need to turn on the power. There's also a hallway down here. We don't need to go down here. This is where the elevator is that Claire is going to come down on after she defeats Birkin. Can't go back. We have no reason to go back. Besides, Claire is the one who's got to use that elevator. She's going to run down here, and then the train is going to be going. So we have to make sure this train is going by the time that Claire comes by. So only one way to go. Let's use the platform key to open this gate. All right, there's the 5-minute warning. That means that Claire's fight against Birkin is starting right now. So she's going to be defeating him and coming down here. Let's see if we can find the way to start the train. All we need to do is turn the power on, so that doesn't sound hard, right? That has to be simple. Let's take these high-capacity plugs. We want to activate large generators. Sure, so let's take both of these plugs. Actually, the reason that we pick up these plugs is the game making sure that we are going to have... Making sure that we're going to have 2 free inventory slots in our inventory when we use the plugs here. Yeah, this is going to power the train. The high-capacity plugs have been disconnected. The generator's not working, so let me put these plugs in. Alright, emergency mode's been activated. Power supply will be cut. When the power comes back on, the train will be activated. So all we have to do is wait for the power to come back on. Alright, Mr. X is here for one last fight, and he's mad, and he's decided he's going to run now. I guess he could have just done this at any time, but now he's angry. Because he's on fire, and he lost his stylish clothes. That's what he's really mad about. He liked that trench coat, and it's gone. We burned it. I'm getting slashed. Well, a mysterious figure dropped something. Let's go pick it up. And this is why we needed 2 free inventory slots. Oh, Mr. X stopping me from doing that. Let me snort all this green herb. And now let me pick it up. Stop standing over it, please. I'm doing a bad job of picking this up. Either I'm doing a really bad job or he's doing a really good job of stopping me from picking it up. Okay, let me just get him really far away from the thing. It's probably a good thing I brought so much healing supplies, I guess. There, I picked it up. This is why we need 2 free inventory slots, because we have the R launcher. Let me heal myself again. It's a rocket launcher. 1 shot from this should kill any enemy. Well, we're fighting any enemy. Oh, I need to equip it. That would help. Okay, let me... Okay, slap... No? Yeah, okay, let's just shoot him.
Game over.
Well, Mr. X is dead, and the power's back on, so that means it's time to get on out of here. The train has been activated. And at this point, Claire would be finishing up killing Birkin, so she's going to be coming down. Mr. X is certainly dead. He's not healing from that. He's healed from a lot, but he's not going to heal from getting blown up like that. Unlike Ada, who apparently healed pretty well. Hold on. She apparently was the one who gave us the rocket launcher, so it seems like she's doing okay. This Magnum is also very powerful. Look at these headshots. Automatic headshots. Right, so even though Ada looked pretty dead, she was standing there, and of course she will return in other Resident Evil games. So, maybe Leon just didn't do a very good job of checking her pulse. Maybe... Well, Leon didn't actually get trained as a cop, after all. It was his first day, and all this happened, so he never actually got to that part of the training. Let's start this train.
Sherry's unconscious.
I have the antidote, if I give it to her.
Claire, what's happening?
Not now. Come on, Sherry, wake up. Wake up. Please wake up. Claire? Where am I?
It worked!
Oh, Sherry, you're gonna be okay. Thanks, Claire.
It's over.
No. I have to find my brother.
You're right. This is just the beginning. Goodbye, Ada.
But what's this? Since we're on Route B, the game didn't end. The train's going, we had the tearful, sad goodbye cutscene, but the game is still going. The alarm is sounding.
What was that?
Well, we don't know what it was. But the game is still going, so we gotta examine this train.
Warning, biohazardous outbreak imminent. The emergency system has been activated. This train will detonate. Repeat, this train will detonate.
What's wrong?
I don't know. The door won't open.
Well, the timer is back. So again, this train is supposed to explode if there's something abnormal on the train. So, there's something abnormal. We gotta go find the abnormality and get it off this train before everything explodes. I don't know if they're going to be able to get rid of this much abnormal material. We can't put our friends in danger. We have to stop that creature here, and we will do it with our really powerful magnum. Leon backs off because this is all kind of disgusting. Birkin just melted in a big pile of goo, but it didn't actually help because this timer is still going. The train is still gonna blow up.
Warning, warning. The self-destruct system has been activated. Each train compartment will detonate sequentially. Repeat, each train compartment will detonate sequentially.
Claire! Stop the train!
I can't. The door to the control room is locked. Claire? What is this? Stay back. This is not good. Leon, where are you?
Wonderful.
Sherry? What are you doing?
We have to stop the train, right? I can do it.
But come and get me. I'm right here.
Which one's the right switch? Maybe this one?
Sherry!
Leon! Ah!
Can't hold on.
Push the switch over there!
Got it!
Finally, the exit.
Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Where's Claire? Claire? Claire!
Right here.
Claire!
I guess we all made it. They just won't quit. Come on, we have to get out of here. Run! So, it's finally over. Sherry, you look terrible.
No worse than you, Claire.
Come on, time to leave.
Now? What's wrong? Is something following us?
We have to go. We don't have any time to waste.
Go? Where?
Hey, it's up to us to take out Umbrella.
Leon stands in front. Oh, ranking S. Neat. Leon stands in front of some cops. I was always kind of wondering about this scene. It looks kind of like Leon returns to Raccoon City with some backup to contain the city, I guess. But we know this doesn't happen because of what happens in RE3, what happens to the city. But I was kind of wondering what that image was. Anyway, I got a reward. It's a submachine gun in the item box. You know, I mentioned that a really cool thing about this game was the first time you play the B route and you realize, oh, it's not exactly the same. Like, there's a lot of differences. Stuff that happened in A is not happening in B, and there are new things happening in B, like Mr. X and such. And, like, the biggest example of that is when you get to the end here, and you get to the point where the ending's supposed to end, but then, wait, the alarm starts going, and gameplay begins again, and that wasn't supposed to happen, but it did. And then it turns out that there's actually a true last boss and an extended ending. There's not much to that boss fight, and I assume that's by design. Like, the idea is you're not supposed to die there. You can. Birkin can kill you. If he makes it all the way to you, he eats you. But I think the idea is that they make it very easy for you to win that fight because it's really meant to be like a dramatic ending, not really a challenging fight or anything. Like, it would take away from the drama if you lost that fight, I think, because then you would have to repeat the whole thing, right, from your last save point, whenever that was. So I think that it's deliberately an easy fight, but it's just meant to be this cool extra thing that you weren't expecting because you didn't think the game would continue after the FMV ending. Anyway, we're going to save. And that's Leon B. So that is... Oh, hold on. Look who it is. STARS member Brad became a living dead. He's roaming around somewhere in the police station possessing the special key. Find him. Oh, reach the police station without getting any items. Okay, that's Brad Vickers, member of STARS Alpha Team. He was the helicopter pilot in Resident Evil 1. He's dead now. He's a zombie. Doesn't show you how in RE2. You have to play RE3 to find out how he died. But if you can make it to the police station without getting any items, then he will be there. And if you kill him, you will get the special key. What does the special key do? Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out what that special key does. But as for right now, that's the end of Leon B. So Claire A and Leon B was the route that I always took with Resident Evil 2. That's the route that I think most people consider to be the more canon one. Because there are changes in Leon A and Claire B. It's not exactly the same. There are some significant differences. It's not exactly what we just saw with Claire A, Leon B. Here's the attract mode of Leon pushing some statues and not really being sure what to do. But for right now, let's just take a look at... go to the special mode. Let's go to gallery. So we'd looked at Claire's gallery before. Let's look at what we get from Leon's gallery. So we got some rough sketches. We can look at some concept art. Here's Leon looking fierce. It's turnaround of Leon in his RPD uniform. So with Claire, we got some renders, but here we're getting some of the rougher art when they were, you know, sketching, when they were feeling out what Leon was going to look like, just working out what the final designs were going to be. I usually like seeing the rough concept art more than the final polished art. Usually, like this is a weird one. He's like wearing some kind of futuristic armor. It says USS on it, and there's an umbrella symbol. So was there an idea at some point that Leon was going to be able to find some high-tech umbrella armor or something? Because this certainly didn't make it in the game. I don't even know what this is. Here's Leon, a bit more casual. Leon wearing that half-cut jacket, that doesn't even reach his waist. That jacket reminds me of Trunks in Dragon Ball Z. He wears like a jacket that is like showing off some midriff. So that's what Leon is sporting here. I mean, but the hair also kind of looks a little bit like Trunks, except brown instead of purple. But you could see it. I guess this is one of maybe this is what a casual look that Leon uses when he's not on duty. Here's Leon looking thoughtful in his RPD uniform. Leon in casual gear again. This one, I think his jacket is reaching his waist. Leon looking thoughtful with a dog. Is that Leon's dog? Does Leon own a dog? That's never addressed in the game, and I think that's a shame. Or perhaps maybe an idea could have been that Leon could get a dog companion in the game, because that certainly did not get in. And I think that would be a big tragedy if there was going to be a dog that could help you out. But that is not here. But the dog is here in the concept art. Here's Claire. Claire looking sassy. And I was in her casual gear, which is her usual uniform. She doesn't have like a uniform. It's just her clothes that she wears. I assume that the giant knife sheath is on her lapel is something that she always wears. Just around town. Just carrying this giant knife in plain view at all times. Turn around to Claire. Here's Claire in something completely different from what we see in the game. And this looks more like the Elsa Walker costume. So in the original version of Resident Evil 2, which got scrapped in favor of the final version, one of the protagonists was Elsa Walker, and this, I think, is her design. This looks like her costume. So she was scrapped in favor of Claire Redfield. Here is a sort of a cop-looking costume for Claire, or Elsa. I don't know which one, but it kind of seems out of character for Claire. Claire doesn't... even though Claire's brother is a cop, Claire herself doesn't seem like a cop. Here's Claire wearing a torn flannel and some torn jeans. This looks like outdoors woman Claire. Like this Claire has gone off to live out in the Arkley woods, off the grid on her own for a few months, just surviving off the land. Then she comes back into the city and oh no, zombies, what's happened? This is kind of an odd Claire. This Claire is wearing like red camo shorts. There's a white tank top. Like she's got straps for holding pouches and holsters. She has like goggles on. I don't really know what I would call this, but if we were playing an RPG, I would say that this character would be the mechanic. This costume doesn't really fit in this game, though, I think. Here's Claire putting on a leather jacket, heading towards her bike. Here's Ada. This is her final design for the game. And this Ada is wearing a coat which looks kind of like the coat that she wears in RE2 Remake. It looks like that when you first meet Ada in RE2 Make, she's wearing a coat which is a lot like this. So maybe that's why. Maybe that's where the coat came from. It was an unused design for this game. And this one seems unwise, considering that Ada is supposed to be an Umbrella spy, because the jacket has an Umbrella logo on it. Like, if you're a spy, you probably shouldn't wear this jacket. I'm just going to say, probably a bad idea. Leon probably still wouldn't be able to figure out that she was a spy, but other people would. In this one, Ada wearing like a sweater with like this green coat over it, and I notice at the bottom, on the back of that green coat, is a giant Umbrella logo. So again, if she's a spy working for Umbrella, probably a bad idea to wear this jacket. I'm just going to put it out there. This also seems like it's more sensible clothing for surviving a zombie apocalypse, I would assume. Here's Sherry, clutching her pendant. Here's Sherry looking depressed, because she is a depressed child. Here's Sherry looking happier. She's not wearing her school clothes. She's blowing some bubble gum, still wearing that pendant. This seems like maybe something Sherry would be wearing after the whole zombie apocalypse was over. And this is an interesting one. Here's Sherry looking scared, and her shadow is turning into the arm of William Birkin, and that's metaphorical, showing that Sherry is being chased by her father. But when I look at this, it kind of looks more like Sherry has a superpower to turn her shadow into a giant monster arm that can attack. So I guess you could go either way on that. Here's Annette looking stern, as she does. Here's Annette looking thoughtful. We don't see a whole lot of this version of Annette. She's more angry throughout the game. Here's Marvin looking alive, which he doesn't spend a whole lot of time being in the game. Here's the Made in Heaven logo that's on the back of Claire's vest. This Let Me Live logo is not in this game, but I think this is what was used on the back of Claire's vest in Code Veronica. I'm pretty sure this is what was used. I remember Let Me Live from that game. Here's a bunch of characters, but I'm thinking this might be from the older version of RE2, because that's Elsa Walker front and center. And if we look over on the right, next to Chief Irons, there's like a guy wearing glasses, and I don't recognize him. I don't know who that's supposed to be. Next to him is a woman who I assume is Ada. It doesn't really look that much like Ada, but it has to be her, right? There's no one else around that would look like her. Because if we're going from the left to right, there's Annette, there's Sherry. I assume that's Ben, then Leon wearing his half jacket, then Marvin, then Elsa. Next to Elsa is, I assume, the guy who owns the gun store. Like, I guess he counts as a character, even though he's only at the beginning. Then Ada, then Glasses Man, then Chief Irons. So all these people are in the game except Glasses Man. I don't know who he would be. Here's just a knife, a holster, a gun, back of Leon's head. Here's some Leon heads. Here's some Claire heads. Some Annette heads, I believe. I think that's who that is. Some Chief heads. He looks kind of happy. He's not looking all angry and psychotic like he does in the game. Here's a zombie being a zombie. Here's a zombie being a zombie. Here's a zombie being a vomiting zombie. That's the rudest zombie of all. Here's a scientist zombie he's sad because a zombie cannot do science. What is he to do? Here's business zombie. He's sad because business is hard to do when you're a zombie. He's very depressed about it. Cop zombie seems pretty alright. He seems happy with how things have turned out. This cop is not happy with how things turned out because he's being eaten by a dog. He does not have regeneration powers, by the way, so no just regrowing that arm. Here's a spider. We met those in the game. Here's William Birkin, but this is not a form we really saw. When he first used that pipe, he didn't look like this, really. So this is a form that wasn't really used in the game. Here's the crocodile. Here is a Spider-Man. And not the good kind of Spider-Man. This is when the whole Spider-Man idea goes bad, when it goes the other way. This is not in the game. It probably should have been in the game, because this is a pretty good design for a monster, but it was not. I don't think Spider-Man has ever been in any of these games. I don't think I've ever seen that. Here are the capsules that the Mr. X came out of. I like in the lower right-hand corner, it shows a human-shaped hole in the roof of the RPD where Mr. X came crashing through. I like that. That's a good touch. The front hall of the RPD. I guess originally there was supposed to be a dead receptionist at the front desk. Here's an office. Stairs. A hallway. More hallway. The dark room. Chief Irons' office. Here's another office with a bunch of dead police. The clock tower. I guess this is the room in the sewers with the rotating bridge. It doesn't look exactly like it, but this is that's the closest thing I can think of to what this is supposed to be. The tram car. And some sewer gates. And that's everything. So those are all the rough sketches that they've got under Leon's gallery. There's movies, but these are all the movie files that we have already seen in the game. Like, we could watch the opening logo. Yeah, but we've already seen that. We've already seen all these movies. So there's nothing really there to see. So that's all that we've really got under Leon's gallery. I like looking at these rough sketches. I like looking at the concept art. So that's the gallery. But even though we're done with Claire A and Leon B, we're not actually done with Resident Evil 2. There are things to do. I mentioned there are changes with Leon A and Claire B. It's not quite the same. And we really should take a look at that. So what we're going to do, what we're going to be doing next time is we're going to go to those original saves that I mentioned back at the beginning. Leon Max. This is where we get the infinite weapons in our item box. I'm going to load this up, and we're just going to blast our way through Leon A and then Claire B using infinite weapons to see what the changes are. We're also going to get that special key. We're going to get the alternate costumes. We're going to see the other clothes that Leon and Claire can wear. That's what we're going to be doing next time. Resident Evil 2 is not over, because we've done our slow, thoughtful playthroughs of Claire A and Leon B. We have done that. Those are over and done with now. Now it's time to just use infinite weapons and just blaze through this and just see what else has changed and what else is different. And that's what we're going to be doing next time on RE2. It is time for Leon A and Claire B, and we're going to see how the story might be different. Resident Evil 2 is not done. I'll see you next time for more Resident Evil 2.